Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to tell you today about how Cyril Ramaphosa's land reform, and I'm putting land reform in quotes being sarcastic because it's not land reform, it's land theft. His policy of confiscating land or expropriating land without compensation is land theft, and AfriForum and its CEO, Callie Krill, was right to call out Ramaphosa on that. And basically, if this land reform comes through, South Africa is going to become like Zimbabwe, because Zimbabwe, when Mugabe was in power, went from about second world, maybe even first world. When Zimbabwe first became independent, they were first or second world, but they quickly went to fourth world, particularly after 2000 when this land reform was implemented. Okay, number one, Ramaphosa has said that it's not going to harm the economy or the food sector, but he's not giving details as to how it's not. And that's always disastrous because Mugabe did the same thing, but he didn't give details how it wasn't going to harm the economy. Number two, 90% of the projects that have in South Africa that have given white land to black people have failed. That's due to the ANC embezzling the money and sometimes keeping the land for themselves and not distributing it to the black peasants. But it's failed because a lot of the people getting the land, they don't want the land. They prefer just to have money as a form of compensation for past aggressions. They prefer to have reparation money more than the land. Okay, that's number two, as I said. Okay, and then number three is tied in closely with number one. Okay, look at Zimbabwe right now. Okay, it's Mnangagwa is doing what he can to try to bring Zimbabwe's economy up, but the Zimbabwean dollar was useless. Okay, the dollar was useless. Okay, tourism dropped by about 80% because it was so dangerous over there, and a lot of that started with the land reform back in 2000. South Africa is going to go that way because tourism was vital to both Rhodesia and Zimbabwe's economy. But after 2000, a lot of the tourism steadily declined. And if tourism steadily declines in South Africa is probably already third world right now. It's going to go to fourth world. So Ramaphosa does not know what he's doing here, and this is very idiotic to even suggest land reform right now, because land reform is the last thing South Africa needs right now. The land is not what's holding black people back. What's holding black people back in South Africa is because they're getting a failed education. The education now is just indoctrination into communist Marxist ideology. It's not giving them any specific skills. Whereas at the end of apartheid, what a lot of whites did is they established private schools. And black people can go there if they have the money to go there, but due to the poverty problem, a lot of them don't. But the ANC and the Department of Education has the money to fix the schools, but they choose to embezzle the money and live in mansions and drive $200,000 cars, buy a bunch of Lamborghinis instead of bringing the black schools up to where they need to be. And the black students are capable of achieving good results. The ANC is just embezzling the money and making it impossible. It's not the land, it's the ANC's corruption that's the problem. That is not the land. Anyways, hope everyone's doing well. Take care. God bless them. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.